All right, hey everybody. So we did our first video yesterday about my personal setup for saddle hunting, and I had talked about some modifications I did to my steps that I think can help you quite a bit if you're a saddle hunter. So some stuff that I've learned, over the past 2 years, and I'm still relatively new to this, so I've got a lot to learn. But my Skeletors, I've made some modifications to them, as you can see. But there's a couple things that I want to talk about first. So my steps on my pack are in order for a specific reason, and I'll show you that just in a second. Obviously you can see the aiders that I've made for these, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. Pretty easy process, and it's super cheap. But each one of my sticks, except for my bottom step, if you can see that, there's nothing there, okay? But on one of the other ones, I have a 1/8 inch zip tie. Okay, what that does, that clips to my belt on a D-ring, and I'll show you that in a second, but I can stack them in order. But these modifications, this modification is very lightweight. It's easy to get in and out of a D-ring when you have to clip it open. So like a cord, like a 550 cord, it's not rigid, right? So it's kind of hard to manipulate out of a D-ring. So zip ties are the best for this, I can assure you. They're easy to flip out. They're stiff, rigid enough that they will come out of there. Each one of these are a different length. Okay, so and they're listed 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And the longest one will be the bottom of the bottom one as I go up the tree. And like I said, all these other videos will tie into this here in a second. So as you can see, this one's just a touch longer than that one, and this one is just a touch shorter than the first one. So and it takes a little bit of play with it, to get it perfect, but it's not that hard. But let me talk about these aiders real quick that I made. I think these are the jam. Okay, so all this is paracord, the 550 cord. Make sure you get the right stuff. Make sure it says 550 pounds, because there is paracord out there that only has like 110 pound breaking weight. So make sure it's 550 pounds. So 100 feet of paracord is only $12. Okay, you're not going to need anywhere near that. But I bought 100 feet. Okay, and then this black rubber piece here is 1/4 inch fuel line. Now this stuff is $1.20, $1.10 to $1.20 a foot. You need 6 feet of this for four of these. You don't actually need 6 feet. You only need 4 feet, but I bought 6 feet just to make sure I did it right the first time. And then of course we have these Cobra knots, which is just paracord too. These little to keep the things in place. Okay, how I did this real quick. I took the length of my step. You can use any step you want. The length of my step, right from here to here, is 20 inches. And I times it by 3, so 60-inch piece of paracord. And the reason I did 60 inches is because I didn't want it to be too short when I put it on there, and that way I could adjust it, cut off the excess. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a tag end on it where I haven't cut it all off yet. Now, on the fuel line, 1/4 inch fuel line, I cut it all to exactly 1 foot. Okay, what I found is that if it's over a foot, it doesn't really matter, but a minimum of 1 foot long, of 1 foot long. All right, when you put your foot in there, the sides will go up past the sides of your feet to give you some good stability, right? So that's why I did that. All right, paracord. Okay, here's how I do this. Okay, so these are just for cinching, right? This is a Cobra knot, 5 or 6 wraps. All right, so I can cinch this down on the bottom. All right, so step, aider, after you've made them, this is just an overhand knot at the top. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And in fact, you guys could use shrink wrap, some heat shrink wrap on these to keep this from sliding I like to leave it like that, so if I have to adjust this up or down, these are not permanent. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is this. All right, you're going to take your bottom steps. Now this might be a little different for any of your steps that you guys have. All right, these are the Skeletors, and I just fold them up a little bit like that right there. Okay, so just lay your sticks down like this, fold up your bottom steps. Okay, make it wide enough you can get it around the base of the steps where the teeth are at the bottom, and then you take your cobra knot and you're just going to slide it all the way up. Okay, and then make sure it's tight to the bottom, and you push your steps down. If you store them that way, it doesn't cause any issues on these right here. Now this may be different for each step that you do, and that's okay. But why I like these, a couple reasons. I can take this, I can tuck it right here, put it in behind the little knobs that where they attach together, and that stays there, and it stays out of the way. I can climb the tree with it on there, right? And it's easy to take off. It takes 2 seconds to take it off. So I mean, it's super easy stuff. You pop it right back off. All right, these little deals that they have act as, you know, little retention buttons, basically is what it is. Pop it back off there, drop it down, and you can do that in the tree if you need that. What I don't like about some of the one sticking stuff and like the multiple aiders and so on and so forth is that as you go up, right, you don't have the modular ability to, you only have 2 steps or you only have 3 steps. I like the ability to move this in and out or take it off when I need to. Okay, last but not least, another incorporation of this, doing a lot of public land hunting and being as mobile as possible, right? So we got this old deadhead that we found down here. Okay, let's say you kill a deer, you get one, right? These, right, also double as harnesses that you can drag your deer out with. Okay, and that's another reason that they're at least 20 inches long, as you can see, and you can put 2 on them if you need 2 on them. All right, when you're dragging a deer out or something like that, they make great handles, all right, for dragging that deer out. Put it right on the base right there if you need to. If it's a doe, you can put it around her neck or whatever. So, and it's really simple, it's really fast, it's plenty strong enough. And I built all four of my aiders, and I have, you know, 70 feet of 550 cord left over for under $20. So just some modifications that I'll show you here in a minute. It's a game changer in my opinion. So and it's super cheap, and these work on, you can do this almost on any my modular steps out there, to include any that you may be using for lock-ons and so on and so forth. So hopefully it'll help you guys with the saddle hunting stuff. If not, you know, that's okay too. If you don't want to do this, that's fine. A lot of different ways to do this. It's one of my favorite reasons that I moved over to saddle hunting, is because, you know, you can kind of make this your own deal. You don't have to be that picture, you know, industry picture of how you want things done. You can make this whatever you want to fit you. So, all right, from all of us at Backwoods Pursuit, you guys have a good day, and hopefully this helps. Thanks.